Again, 30,000 people are watching pornography right now. The effects of pornography are so much bigger than I think we like to understand, but we should understand and we should dive deeper into them. One, relationships. The way you view other people can unconsciously become what you view of them through a sexual desire. Are they attractive in a sense of would you be with them? And when you have that identity in how you view people, you lose who people really are. You can't love them the same way. And if we're called from Christ to love everybody, how can we do that if constantly our minds are going back to this reality of what ifs and maybes and perhaps and let's see? When you mentally undress somebody, you are doing them a disservice and yourself a disservice. So I did this job about 3 years ago. There was about 80 to 90 men in this camp we were going to. When we were doing the shoot, at the end of it, there was this man that stood up and was asking the question of the room, okay? And he says, how many men struggle with pornography? And this is men from 18 to 65 in the room. And they all stood up. And I couldn't believe that all these men struggle with pornography. And we don't address that as much as I think we really should. Pornhub has 2.14 billion clicks per month. When one spouse is using pornography, there is a 68% decrease in their relationship. In 56% of divorces, at least one spouse has an obsession with pornography. How can we as men allow this to keep happening to us? Matthew 5:28, it specifically says this, but I tell you, anyone that looks at a woman with lust has committed adultery in their heart. So yes, viewing pornography is adultery. It's cheating on your significant other, husbands or wives. When you watch pornography, you lose a part of yourself to that screen. I myself had a porn addiction and it completely broke my spirit. I could feel myself getting trapped in that, getting pulled into this misunderstanding of relationships. I sought control to help myself feel better because I was depressed, sad, lonely, tired, beaten. And my only source of control to make sure I felt something good came from pornography. And it got to a point where I started thinking, I don't actually know who I am without pornography. Who is Bryce without that? And the more I took a step back, the more I was able to actually think clearly. But I couldn't get to go away. Like, yes, my word power wanted to stop. I felt like I was doing better, but my mind was constantly thinking of, oh, it's just a matter of time until you get back to that point. Even at a young age, we're taught things, we're shown things, the media, the ads, whatever it might be. It is almost spoon-fed to us for these sexual desires of, oh, it's just human nature. No, that's not true. That's what they want you to think because you keep paying it. And even when you don't think you're watching pornography, you are still somehow involved in a different way. And there's so many other ways that pop up that you don't even think about. It's how you see men, how you see women, how you talk about them, the way you speak. So calling a woman hot or sexy, you're telling your body what you desire, your mind is thinking what you want, and you're speaking in a sense of sexual desire. Calling someone hot doesn't do anything but give that person an identity of hot or not. And that is based on would you be with that person. Now, pull back even further. The moment you engage in pornography, part of you is gone. You have all the control, all the submission, all the wants, all the needs, desires, the feelings by just typing it in. And with people, you can't do that. 68% of marriages that ended divorce, pornography was part of the issue. It was an underlying factor of lack of intimacy, lack of compassion, time, love, because it all derives from pornography. You are lying to yourself. You're giving yourself a reason to have justice for your actions that's just slowly killing you and those around you. And the more you indulge in this, the more you spoon feed yourself that it's okay, you'll stop one day. If you don't believe, if you're on the edge, I tried everything. And to the power of Christ, forgave me, and I finally felt peace. And it's in this time that I was finally able to see a woman as Adam did in the garden. I saw Eve. I saw a woman. I saw the creation that he's made for us. And it blew my mind how I have never seen this before. In Malachi 2:14-15, it says, "You cry out, why doesn't the Lord accept my worship?" I'll tell you why. Because the Lord witnessed the vows you and your wife made when you were young, but you have been unfaithful to her. Though she remained your faithful partner, the wife of your marriage vows. Ephesians 5:28-33 says, "In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as they love their own bodies. For a man who loves his wife actually shows love for himself. No one hates his own body, but feeds and cares for it, just as Christ cares for the church." When you watch pornography, you are doing yourself a disservice. Your confidence, it's gone. You lose it. Your insecurities come out. They're in front of you. They punch you in the face, knock you out. We can see the pattern of those who have been hurt in pornography as relating to it, because there's always this desire to be control. And when you mix emotion with pleasure, you get a recipe for self-destruction. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not gonna just get off of porn because you feel like it. You have to radically want to be changed. Your mind, the way you think, the way you dream, the way your thoughts come together when you see a woman. If someone walks by in a yoga outfit, whatever it might be, you don't look because you don't have the need to look. That desire has left your mind. And it's hard. It takes time. But I promise you, it comes with giving your life. It comes with disciplining yourself to know, God, this is not how you want me to view a woman. Please show me, teach me, give me the word, give me the resources, surround me with Christians, other men that maybe struggle as well. And just like that event I did with one guy stood up, they all stood up. It takes one of us to speak up and talk about it. And when that happens, we can actually make a change. And until that happens, it's just closet conversations. The vulnerability of men are stepped on in this world we live in. We're not allowed to talk about these things because they're icky, they're weird, they're nasty. And the reality is that a lot of people in church are struggling with pornography, but everything else they think they have a solution for. But there is no solution. There's only a way, the truth, the light, Jesus. I have lived many lives, and eventually I'll get to those lives on camera. But I've lived many lives, and nothing has brought me more peace than Jesus. One of the best things I've ever done for my pain was to forgive. Forgive that I didn't know any better, and I tried. And Jesus forgave me, and he allowed me to see just the beauty of a woman and what it truly means to be in covenant and what that looks like. And it takes time, effort. You'll slip, you'll fall, get back up. You're not alone. I have been porn free for almost 3 years now. And I'm telling you, every day, I see such a difference in my life. The way I think, the way I speak, the way I engage, and I want this feeling for everybody who's struggling. And all the women and men in pornography, my heart goes out to you. I know some of you might enjoy it, you love it, but there's a part of you that's broken. And one of my mentors told me, what's another word for sin? It's abuse. Where have you been abused that you need pornography? Where have you been let down that you need to seek pornography for your comfort? You do not need porn. Porn needs you. Jesus doesn't just want to help you stop watching porn. He wants to free you from the bondage that it has on your life, your family, the generational curses it can break. You get off of pornography, your life will change. We need to be more honest with each other and more vulnerable with each other when these things come up. I encourage you to go to your small groups, your close circles, your congregation, your leaders, and talk to them about pornography. Make it a question that gets brought up a lot. Make it a topic. Dive into it. Because until we actually make this normal conversation, why would it go away? And with that, see you on the next one.